Hello, Gemini. Elsie here to do your reading. It is for the week ahead, Gemini. How are you? And happy weekend to you. I hope you're well. I'm here to pull a few cards from the Divine Goddess Oracle deck and from the Lenormand. We're going to lay those down for the overall energy going into the week ahead, which begins tomorrow, by the way. And then we are going to throw some tarot at it and get some details about what's coming up for you. Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Gemini, thank you for showing up here. If you are my ride or die and you're here all the time, I appreciate you so much. And if you are someone who's brand new and you would like to stay, there is a subscription button down in the bottom right-hand corner of this little square where I live. All right, here we go. I appreciate you. We've got letter or communication here. We've got card number 13, and that one came up as the future energy for Aquarius's reading just now. If you have something to do with an Aquarius, you might want to go take a look. So we do have card number 27. Card number 27 is a letter. There's some information coming, and so it is a message, information. It's a letter, information, a document, a contract, something that you don't know about. We do have the 7 of Swords in the bottom right-hand corner. Card number 27 is a 9. It feels like it's been hidden from you, or it's right around the corner, I would say, something that is possibly going to show up next week, but you're not expecting it. It feels like you're not expecting this letter, you're not expecting this information, and it could be very much from a friend. It could be from a friend. It could be, it feels like it is maybe from a distance for some of you. It could be because of the letter, like maybe it is coming like old school letter mail. It could definitely come by text or by email though, definitely. But we do have the dog. It's like loyalty, but it is card number 18. And so it tells me, that's why I'm saying that you don't know that this is about to show up. It could be an old friend for some of you. It could be someone who is a family member. We do have the 10 of Cups here, which is family. But I feel like if it is family, it is somebody that you did get along with. It is a loyal person, or maybe someone that you grew up with. We do have a puppy here, right? So maybe it is somebody that you grew up with, whether you have a good relationship with them or not. If this person can't get a hold of you any other way, if they can't get a hold of you on the socials or through email, they might send you some sort of regular mail if they know where you live. We do have card number 31. It is the Sun. We have the Ace of Pentacles in the bottom right hand corner. It does feel like something new is about to begin. When I see this card, it reminds me of, you know, like the Ace of Pentacles is here. We plant the Ace of Pentacles, and then we have the sun. The sun shines, right? And the only element left here is water. It feels like if you are the person, well, I guess we have the 10 of Cups, that is water. But if you're the person who is ready to water this or grow this, the sun is out. All of the elements are in place, I would say. Everything is ripe for something to grow here, should you decide that you want to grow it. Tell me more about Gemini, please. We do have card number 13, which is in the distance. There is a Jack of Spades here. And that is your energy. That's the Knight of Swords. So it feels like that in the future here, there is something that is transforming. It might be something that you say, a communication that might change everything. Tell me about Gemini, please. We have Balance, says juggling too many things at once. Find time for yourself. It feels like this letter shows up at a time when you're just kind of backing away from life, possibly just turning off the phone, turning off the TV, spending time with you, journaling, listening to your favorite music. Maybe if you're a painter or a baker, it feels like you are in this energy of releasing things. And so it says here, grudges, wounds, pent-up feelings through healthy activities. And so that's kind of what I was feeling before I put down the card of release. That I was feeling like I see somebody in their home with music on, sort of dancing a little bit in the kitchen, swaying back and forth and cooking their favorite meal. It feels like that this comes at a time when you're sort of in this Zen zone. You're in this place where you're doing some healthy activities and you're feeling the most balance that you've felt in a very long while. we have embrace. So find peace within your current state of being. And that's exactly what's happening when this information shows up for you. We have boundaries, no one to put up and let down your walls. That's very interesting because it feels like these are boundaries. It feels like you have shut out the world, I want to say. Maybe you're a person who does that on a regular basis in order to get your own footing, but it does feel like you are in this energy of shutting out the world, embracing your balance through release. So you are sort of in a peaceful place and you've got these boundaries up. And it feels like when this information comes in, whoever it's from, you don't expect it. We'll talk about that just a little bit more. Got a new deck to talk about here. It is called the Wild Reflections Tarot, and it is by Wisefell. And I've been using this deck all week just to get used to it here, get acquainted with it. Gemini, if you're interested in a private read, please know private reads are open. And if you want to check out pricing, please go to the pinned comment below this video. You can take a look at pricing there if you like. Tell me about Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me about Gemini. We've got the Two of Pentacles. This person definitely is in balance, right? You have to be in balance to be on a bike. So it does feel like you are definitely in balance, but also juggling too many things. That balance card is really about this. It's about getting out of juggling too many things all at once, trying to keep your balance. Tell me about release. We've got High Priestess energy, releasing grudge, wounds, pent-up feelings through healthy activities. It does feel like you are listening to the intuition. Maybe you're silent with people. Maybe you're not necessarily answering those texts as they arrive. Maybe you're just giving some space and time between you and whomever is trying to contact you, no matter who that is. We've got the Five of Pentacles in the reverse. Embrace some sort of reconnection. It feels like this could be about a reconnection between two people. And I feel like the reconnection comes in the Pentacle world. So I feel like you make a decision here, and the decision leads to some sort of reconnection or coming back to self or reconnecting to somebody here. You're going to embrace some sort of reconnection here, Gemini. Tell me more. We've got the Seven of Swords. We've got the Star. And we've got the Strength card. Bottom of the deck, we have the Five of Wands and the Four of Wands. 9 Wands. You are the wounded warrior. It does feel like I feel like, I'm just feeling like this energy here, this could be somebody that you grew up with, but it also feels like this could be somebody who really hurt you. It feels like this person could be from a time of trauma. So a time back there, maybe you two were kids together and there was a lot of traumatic things going on at the time. It feels like this person is showing up. They could be a member of the family. I feel like this person is in a better attitude or a happier attitude. It's like they're showing up and saying, look, can we go for a walk? Can we just go for a walk and talk about some things? I feel like you're in this energy of Hanged Man. It's like you are, when you're in this balanced energy of release, it feels like you're trying to gain perspective about what went on back there. I feel like the Five of Wands, which is sort of the beating up of the self inside, it's like I'm arguing with me or hesitating and not really living to the full potential of who I am because this stuff is still holding you back to some respect. The 9 Wands, I feel like it's all a perspective. It does with the Page of Cups tell me that there is some sort of surprise showing up here. I feel like with the Seven of Swords showing up with the Two of Pentacles, that when this person shows up, whoever they are, I feel like you don't necessarily trust them. And so you have to go into intuition mode. You have to go into High Priestess mode. You could be somebody who does have Piscean energy, or maybe you're just really good at listening to your intuition. It's not only the water signs that have intuition. We all do, but we have to choose to hear it. So we have the Star energy here. It feels like you don't trust somebody that's about to show up in your life here, Gemini, but it feels also like this person is coming forward because they're ready to face a fear. Now, I'm just going to say here, that the reason I respect my Gemini friends is because they just lay it out there. They say it as it is. If you're a Gemini sun or a rising, you're just going to let it fly. You're just going to say how it is. And I feel like somebody here is trying to face their fears of that. Face you. Face their fears of you being a little aggressive with your words or just laying it out there or saying, you're a bit of a jerk back there or whatever it is. And I feel like that possibly this person doesn't really trust the situation, or maybe you don't trust them and they know it. They know that you don't trust them. I really do feel like the reason that this person is coming in for the reconnection is because they want to heal something with you, because the star is here. It feels like healing energy, or can we end something so it can begin again? It feels like somebody here is trying to face their fears. They're coming in with courage here. Now, that being said, I just want you to know that right now I don't see any cups. I'm not talking about a love relationship. It feels like I'm talking about a family member or a friend, an old friend, a brother or sister maybe. It feels like that. I'm not seeing anything about love in this relationship just yet. It does feel like it's a platonic relationship of some sort. It could be an old workmate. It could be that as well. And so I feel like the universe is giving you the decision with the Ace of Pentacles in the bottom right-hand corner and the Sun here to see everything about this person. Your intuition is on fire here. You could maybe have Pisces in the rising or the moon, maybe Cancer, right? Maybe Scorpio. It does feel like that there is something that you had that is a psychic energy. And so we all have intuition, but we don't all have psychic intuition. I feel like you do. Tell me about this High Priestess here, because I feel like you're trying to release a grudge against somebody here, is what it feels like. We've got the Nine of Wands. So we did see the Nine of Wands on the bottom of the deck, and then it shows up. Tells us that I'm on the right path, telling you the right things, right? So we are talking about the Nine of Pentacles. We're talking about, the Nine of Wands. We're talking about the Eight of Pentacles and the World card. All right, so I feel like somebody does literally want to release something here. They want to close an old chapter. And the reason that they want to close the old chapter is because this person has been doing a lot of work on themselves. They've really been doing the self-audit. They realize where they went wrong. They realize what went wrong and what part they played in it. They also are acknowledging the Nine of Wands, which is being exhausted, also feeling like, maybe I've grown out of the trauma. Maybe somebody has found a psychologist or found a psychiatrist and has worked through whatever traumas they were dealing with back here. It almost feels like I want to say whatever traumas you too were dealing with back here. Because when people are growing up in trauma and, siblings don't get along, it's usually because we were soldiers. We were soldiers in the same situation. And so if you hold a grudge against them, you definitely need to hold a grudge against yourself. And you might be doing that. And I hope that you're not. Tell me about this. I want to know about this letter here. Tell me about this information that's showing up. The Seven of Swords is showing up twice. So I really honestly feel like you don't trust the situation. Tell me about this. We've got the King of Swords. Okay, you don't trust it because this person could be an Aquarius. They could be a Libra or a Gemini. They could be someone who's also has an investment in being truthful and honest. And now I see where the clash is. I see that we have a Gemini and another air sign who are very interested in balance, truth, honesty, justice. We have to get this right. And so I feel like that's where the hardship could be, is because the King of Swords is somebody who's just going to call it as it is. And Gemini is somebody who's just going to call it as it is. And so it feels like somebody here might be telling you some things you don't know. Like they have released some sort of grudge or burden that was very painful for them. And we have the Tower. It's come as a realization. The reason that you're getting this communication, whatever way it comes, is because this person has realized that maybe they weren't as truthful and honest as they could have been with you. But they also, I feel like the Tower, the Ten of Swords and the King of Swords is telling me someone's come to a realization. And that realization was I wasn't being honest with me. I wasn't being honest with myself. I wasn't being honest with you. And that's why everybody ended up in pain, ended up hurting. That's why things came to a painful end. I feel like there's going to be a shift here. And so whether you decide to take on the shift or not is totally up to you. But it feels like that, I feel like this person is showing up because they are trying to face their fears. They're trying to be courageous here, and they haven't been able to stop thinking about you. It feels like this is the next lesson that they're supposed to learn. They're supposed to be open. I want to say they're supposed to open up to the possibilities of healing. And the Page of Swords is here with the Knight of Cups. This person's very strategic with the way that they show their emotions. They're not quick to show their emotions because they have fear, right? The Devil card is here with the Seven of Swords. The reason they lie is because they have fear of being themselves, or being honest, or being truthful, or not being accepted for being who they are. You could be dealing with another air sign. Of course, it could be a Scorpio, a Taurus, Aquarius, Leo. It could be another fixed sign. We do have more Leo energy here, but we do have a lot of air energy. We have Aquarius here as well. Tell me about the Five of Pentacles and the Star. Somebody here wants to reconnect with you here, and they're kind of going back and forth and back and forth. They know that if they make the decision, because the Lovers is a choice, and we could be talking about somebody that you've been in a relationship with before, but it does, you know, that Lovers is also a choice. It's not just about love. Choices are about many things. I feel like there's judgment here. Somebody here is going back and forth and back and forth, and they want to take another chance. Like they want to have another chance with you, whether it's romantic or platonic. This could be anybody that you've known for a long time. It does not have to be romantic. But I feel like this person is trying to face their fears, and the fear is that you're going to still see them as a liar. And we do have the Seven of Wands. We have the Knight of Wands, and then we have the Queen of Swords. They know that they're up against the Queen of Swords. So I feel like we have formidable opponents here. We have the two people who are very much like each other, even though they would like to say, I'm not anything like that person. I feel like we have two people that are more the same than they are different. The Queen of Swords is somebody who always must have balance in her life and is going to be honest and truthful. This person can be a little bit intimidating in their energy, but so can the King of Swords. And so therein lies the issue. I feel like there are two people here who are not willing to give an inch, who are very head over heart, who are very about, I'm right, you're wrong, I'm right, you're wrong, these are the facts, no, you see the facts wrong. That's what it looks like here. The Seven of Wands and the Knight of Wands here, we have Eight of Wands. I feel like the Queen of Swords, whoever that is, the feminine leaning energy, really wants this to move forward. And so I feel like this person is coming forward. The King of Swords, I feel, is the one that is facing their fears, and the Queen of Swords is the one who is, I feel, ready for things to finally move forward here. And if it's a relationship that is romantic, this doesn't mean that we're coming back together and dating again. That's not what this is. This is a reconciliation of the mind. This is like, you know what? We have to put down these burdens. We got to put down our swords and call truce. That's what it feels like here. So tell me what the outcome is for Gemini, please. We have the Six of Swords, we have the Page of Wands, and we have the Ten of Cups in the reverse. For some of you, you are family. This could be a brother or a sister, a mother or a father. For some of you, this is somebody who you've maybe been married to before, or someone who you had a committed relationship. You might even share children. We do have the Page of Wands. This person might be wanting to make truce with you because of a child, because I don't want this child to grow up in this volatile energy anymore. And honestly, it doesn't even have to be that you're in a romantic relationship previously. This could be brothers and sisters who also have children that are like, I don't want these kids to see us fighting anymore. These are cousins. Like, it feels like the Six of Swords is telling me that we are having movement, that we are moving forward, and we need to cut this out. I'm just going to say the Page of Wands is here. We need a new path. We need to cut this out. This person is holding an axe. We need to cut out the way things have been going here. Somebody's going to ask for a new beginning. Can we meet face to face? Can we have a cup of coffee? Can we meet face to face? I feel like this person is sending this letter and then is going to wait for you to reply. Maybe they're going to say, look, I'm going to be at the Starbucks on the corner. This is the address. I'll be there having something to drink. If you want to show up, that's where I'll be. If you don't show up, I get it. The Four of Pentacles tells me they feel that you're just going to hold back and you're not going to show up. I feel like between you, there must be some sort of stability. It feels like you're going to think about it, Gemini, but I feel like this person is inviting you to move forward with all of this, to expand on all of this. We do have the Empress, and if you are the Empress, you may be the person who is ready to reconcile this whole thing, but maybe you're ready to maybe forgive, but never forget. Maybe you're like, okay, I forgive you for whatever it is that you said that stopped us from speaking, but I don't think this is a relationship I want in my life. It feels like that sort of energy. All right, I'm going to leave that right there. Gemini, thank you so much for being here and watching. I do appreciate you. I'm going to go for now. Make sure you keep your boundaries. I'm just going to say something's about to transform. Make sure you keep these boundaries. Somebody here has had an awakening, and I think it's the King of Swords, to be honest. Somebody who is really harsh with you. Somebody who said something or did something that didn't devastate your life, but definitely hurt your feelings or your mind. Somebody that you don't want anything to do with anymore is what it feels like. Okay, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you so much for being here and watching. I do appreciate you, and I hope you'll come back because I'll be back as well. And yeah, see you soon. Bye-bye.